Hiya, welcome back everyone. I'm glad you can join us again. Now if you remember, got the top rear engine mount all done last time. What we're trying to do today is take off the old bottom engine mount. Showed you before, I'll zoom in a minute. But if you can remember, it's quite a big hefty thing. It's about 3 inches high and it's 10mm thick. So I've got to cut through that, same with the other side, to get the two offs of this bracket out. So it's going to take quite a bit of cutting. Just take it in there so you can have a look at it. So underneath, this is it here. Need to cut through there, same with the other side. Once I've got a cut, I'll then have to take the bolt out, and with it being a threaded bar and there's nuts on the inside here, I'll have to take it out gradually. So that'll take a bit of a while. So I'll not waste any time, I'll get started and start cutting those off. Right, I've managed to grind through those so they're both loose. Now what I need to do is get out this bolt. It's the one that went through the back of the engine, the bottom. And the thing is, I've just used a bit of threaded stud bar because the engine really has been holding everything else into place at the moment. So I need to take that off, but similar to the axles when you use studded thread bar, I've got nuts on the inside as well, so I've got to take it out gradually. So it's going to take a little bit of time to do this. But here we'll go. And with videos I've been doing, I'm not sending them out every week. I'm just starting, so I've built up half a dozen videos and I'm going to start putting them out. So this video will probably come out in about 2 months' time, with a bit of luck. The trouble I've got is that at the minute is we're in the middle of lockdown, so it's not very nice. I need another nut to put on to lock it in place. Yeah, so say in the middle of lockdown, so you might notice on some of my videos I've got the lockdown look with my haircuts have been getting done in the kitchen. Trouble I've got at the moment is that I've got two back teeth. One's got a tooth cracked off, the other one's got the filling missing. And I'm trying to get the doctors, I mean the dentist, to get them sorted out. Anyway, this might take a few minutes, so might put you on to fast forward to watch. Right, so that's the one off the back taken out. So it's half of it. You can see the thickness of that. It's more like to hold an engine in a tractor than a little engine in a motorbike. It's only a 425. Anyway, now I've got to take these out to get the rest of the bar out. But I've got about 10 inches of thread to go along. Right, so stud bar's out. It's in quite a bad state at the minute, this post, so it's going to take a while. I'm going to get the flap disc on it, I think, and try to get it back into shape, circular. I don't think it'll be too important if I don't get it perfect. The battery box was here on top, I'm contemplating whether to put the battery box underneath here or put some of the electronics under there in a box, so it will be covered a little bit, so it'll be difficult to see anyhow right down at the bottom of the bike. Also the exhausts run along past here as well on this side, so I'll cover it a little bit, at least obscure the view. Anyway, so I'm going to get on with that. Well, I've got the plates cut off and I've been in there with a flap disc and getting as near round as I can get it there. I've been having a look at the mountains. Now rather than these big hefty plates, which are ridiculous, I'm making a smaller version of those. So I've cut out of cardboard some plates that I want to make, and they're going to go from that seat post round to the engine at either side. So I've made one for left and right, because the engine, it's not exactly even at the bottom here. The gearbox, the right hand side, sticks out a little bit more than the chain side. I've been having a look in my parts, and what I've done, I've found a couple of spaces like that. So what I'm going to do is put that against the gearbox, and then the bracket's going to fit against there, and then the gap in between I'm going to use a piece of the pipe which I used for this and add in, so I'll be welding this all together. So this is the plate which I'm going to use, piece of, I think it's 4 or just over 4mm. So I've got to mark these out on there, drill them, bend them as well, because they need to have a kink in each side, and then get them ready for welding. So I'm just going to use my templates, cut them out, drill them, and I'll be back in a second. Right, so I've got the 2 brackets made now, so I'll put those into place with the little spaces on the inside, and I'll put this bar through so that I know they're held exactly in the right place. Right, so it's engine mounting in, and or the engine bolt should I say, and then I've got to get those two so that they are look level and they match up either side with each other. So I'll just put a spot on this one, and then I'll check with the other side, make sure that it's level before I weld them both up. Just get a little spot there. Right, so that one looks straight, so I'll just have to pull the bench out so I can get round the other side, and I'll do the same with the one on that side. Right, I'll try it there. Right, so that's that one on. It's funny, it doesn't matter what angle you look at it from, it's an optical illusion. With there being that many slopes and angles going off different ways, it doesn't look quite right, but I think I'm getting it there. So I'm going to just run a little bit more weld up each side, hold it in place. Right, that's fine as a first layer of weld. I'm getting right in the groove. When I do strip the bike down, I will be going over all the welds again. So now I need to make a little bit of pipe for each side, tacked as a spacer in between that bracket and this outer bracket. Now I've got some pipe here, so I'll just be cutting 2 pieces of that, put it in there ready to weld in. So I'll just go and cut 2 of these down. Right, so I've got the 2 spacers cut. There's a longer one and that's for the other side. If you remember, I said the gearbox is shorter on that side with the chain being there, so that's going on that side. Shorter on this side, so I'm going to thread the stud bar back through there, bolt it all together, and then I'll be able to spot these pieces of pipe in place. Right, now until it's all pulled up tight, because none of the spacers will turn now, so that's all held up. I'm just going to put some tacks on there, hold everything in place. Right, so that's all of those welded in place. So I think the next stage is going to be to take the bike out of the jig now. I think I've done everything I need to in the jig, and then get the wheels on, make sure everything's alright, and then I can check the ground clearance as to whereabouts I'm going to put the pegs. So thanks again everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again next time.